Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we're going to have a look at 5 projects I expect to do really well this week. Before we dig into those, we will review how well we did last week, and there was a couple of corkers in there. In the week before the pullback, you could have had up to 44% profit on one of these gems. So yeah, I think some fantastic picks from last week, so we will dig into those. Now, one thing that I really do love is reading the comments in the comment section below the video. So do let me know what projects you would pick for this week. Really interested to know, and maybe we'll do a bit of a comparison next week, we'll see. But yeah, I love to read the projects that you guys think are going to do really well for next week, so do let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy this sort of content and you like to support the channel, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right, let's get down to the desktop and review last week. Okay, so coin market cap. We'll start with Anchor, which is down 3.51% at 12.27 cents. Now, initially when I called this one out, it was actually 12.52. So it's pulled back slightly, but actually, you could have sold this for about a 6% profit, right up here on the 9th. 13.28, so it's about 6% profit. The rest of the time it really hasn't performed particularly well, so a bit of a dud for last week, Anchor, but you could have made 6%. I did really think this one was going to do well, in the build up to the week. Okay, moving on, Phantom. So this was at 281 at the time of recording last week, but you could have sold this at like $3. Yeah, about $3. Where is it? Yeah, $3.13, almost $3.14. So, Phantom did do well in peaks and troughs in the week, like I was expecting it to. And obviously we got the pullback, which has sort of taken us under the price. So this is, up for an absolute bargain at the moment, and potentially good opportunities this week. Although it's not going to make it in for this week. There's some other projects that I think are going to do a little bit better. So, yeah. Again, you could have made about 11% on this one. So yeah, I think it was all right. Then you've got crypto.com. So Crow, this is at 40 cent 72 at the minute, which is up 5.11%. At the time of recording, it was at 0.3338. You could have made a tidy sum of profit. If it was up at 42 cent, it was up at 42.25 cents. So there was some tidy profit. You could have made, I think it was about 22% profit on this one, maybe even more, maybe even 30%. So fantastic week for Crow, and I think this is going to be something that we see a bit of a trend and will continue. So then we go on to FYZ. So this one was at 0.08521. And it's at 8562, so it's up, but it's down 19%, which I think tells you everything, right? This one went on an absolute tear, and you could have made 44% profit if you'd purchased on the day that I called this one out, and was looking at the market, right? So this one did really well, although we had the pullback, right? So I kind of want people to realize, when I'm calling out these projects, it's not necessarily that they're going to be more expensive, the following week. It's great when they do that, but they are going to perform really well at points in the week. Okay, moving on, Polkadot. So this one was literally the dud of the week, really. I called this one out at 53.05, and it's what, 46.33 now. So this one's not done very well at all. Yeah, it's one of those, right? So yeah, you could have sold at 53.86, but to be honest, this one's really underperformed compared to what I was expecting it to. So yeah, really interesting, but yeah, it's unfortunate. So that gets those out of the way. Like the week before, we got 5 out of 5. I think really we're borderline 3 out of 5 for this week. you know, really, because there's a couple there where you couldn't have really made too much, but some fantastic profit could have been had. 22 to 30% on Crow and 44% on FY. What is it? 𝗕𝗙𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. So yeah, plenty of profits to have been made last week. So let's you know, without further ado, get on to the projects that I'm going to call out for this week. Okay, so we've got Unitrade. So this one at the time of recording is a 0.1731. It's up 6.29%. I expect this one to do really, really well this week. It's basically a DEX, so a decentralized exchange. You know, looks like it's going to do really well. If we have a look at the artificial intelligence, it's up at A2. So for those of you that don't utilize 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗏𝗧 or are new to the channel, 𝗖𝗢 use artificial intelligence and machine learning to highlight projects that are going to do really, really well. Okay, so this rating overall is an A2. Now, A2 is the highest level of rating we've ever seen 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗏𝗧 give out, so it's a really good rating. If we have a look here, we've got the Amihat ratio A2, fear and greed index is A1, so you know, people are greedy. And then you've got your Sharpe ratio A2, moving average A2. You know, you've got your profitability A1, so it's really profitable, and then your peak end value demand is at B2, so that's what's kind of stopping it from being an A1, right? So it looks like it's going to do really, really well, and yeah, one to keep your eye on. Obviously, this video isn't one where I'm going to sort of delve into what these projects are and what they do. So you know, go do your own research. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Okay, moving on. Verge, so XVX. So this is a 0.03168, down 3.2% at the time of recording. And basically, this one is a secure, user-friendly digital currency. And looking at 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗏𝗧, again, it's an A2 rating. Again, it's up, so we're expecting this one to do really, really well. We've got the Amihat ratio at A2, fear and greed index at A1, so it's greedy, not fearful. We've got the Sharpe ratio A2, moving average A2. And then firm profitability A1, so it doesn't get any better than that. And then the peak end value demand is B2, so again, this is what's stopping it from being an A1. So it looks really, really good on 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗏𝗧. So that's the first two. Let's move on. And then we've got measurable data token. Now, I really like this one. It's currently at 0.04634, down 1.72%. Again, I think this one's going to do really, really well, and I think it's a fantastic use case. So measurable data token, control and monetize your data. So I think this is going to be a thing of the future. Definitely one to dig into if you haven't looked at this already. Really do like the idea of this use case. And this one is A2, again, on 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗏𝗧. Again, your Amihat ratio is U, so it's unrateable at the moment. So that may be what's pulling it down. You got your fear and greed index is A1, so it's not fearful. Your Sharpe ratio A2, your moving average A2, firm profitability A1, and then your peak end value demand is B2. So again, that's what's pulling it down. This does look like a really, really good project. So do some research on this one, guys. I think this one's going to do really well over the long term. Okay, so moving on, VeChain. So at the time of recording, 0.1581, and it's down 0.96% today. Again, I expect this one to do really, really well. I am personally buying VeChain, I am buying Harmony, and I am buying Cardano at the moment. I think these projects are going to do really, really well in the short and long term. So obviously, you know, supply chain, but they are sort of moving into more retail. So we've seen NFTs over the recent months. We've started to see the DEX go live, and they have an upgrade which on the 15th, so that's tomorrow, I believe. Will go live on the mainnet, the POA 2.0. So lots going on for VeChain. That's going to make it more scalable, which I think will bring more institutional players in. I think the players that are utilizing the blockchain will utilize the blockchain more. And overall, really excited about this one. We are having an interview with one of the team from VeChain next week, so stay tuned. But expect this one to do really well. The artificial intelligence has it as an A2 rating, again, the highest that we've ever seen. Fear and Greed Index is at A2. The 𝗕𝗙𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 ratio A2. Moving average A2. Sharp ratio A2. Profitability is A1, and then your peak end value demand B2. So that is what is pulling it down. Moving on to the fifth and final project that I am going to call out for this week, and that would be Harmony. It's down 0.31%. I just mentioned I'm buying Harmony at the moment, 0.277 at the time of recording, just as it flicks over 27.64. So yeah, this is a really great project in my opinion. I am invested in this one. We do run a stake pool for this one, so if you do want to make your Harmony work hard for you, the APY is about 10% plus. So yeah, we'd love to have you delegating your Harmony to our pool. I mean, you make a passive income. But you know, outside of that, you know, this project is you know, doing really good things, right? So we're seeing lots of DAOs. We've got funds now, which is going to encourage new people to start building on the ecosystem. We've got conferences like in Lisbon and all this stuff going on. So yeah, this is one where the community really is getting involved and starting to take a lead. Really like that. It's becoming more and more decentralized, and I expect big things. You know, they're doing lots of cross bridges. You're going to have the Bitcoin bridge, you know, imminently. So yeah, there's lots going on. I think this is a fantastic project, and we expect it to do really well in the long term. So do dig into Harmony if it's not one that you're invested in at the moment. Right, let's have a look. So currently, this has got the lowest rating, right? So this is more of a personal pick than the artificial intelligence, and we'll see how it gets on. But I do expect a reversal, and I expect this to start climbing in an upward direction. So it's B1 rating at the moment, and it's fearful, right? So you've got fear and greed, so C2. So for me, this is why it's going to do a reversal, because I think a lot of this fear is purely because it went on a bit of a tear just before the pullback. You know, you're talking like 30-40% increase in price, went up to about 39 cents. And I traditionally, when you see this in this space, right, people become very fearful, right? They fear that this could drop further, you know, because of the 30-40%, so they sell. So for me, I'm not surprised to see it as a C2. It was FUD out of China. This is the you know, out of the fear that is out there to buy, right? This for me is the best sort of fear, because it's just, you know, people that don't understand the financial markets and have been shaken out. So weak hands, right? If you look at the rest of the ratings here, you've got the sharp ratio A2. Profitability is A1, it's super profitable. You've got moving average A2. You've got your 𝗕𝗙𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 ratio A2 and your peak end value demand C2. So for me, the main thing that's pulling it down is your fear and greed. I think this will do a reversal as people become more comfortable. It's at a good support level at the moment, and I expect this to, like I say, do a reversal. And you know, I expect things to become more positive for Harmony. And I think, you know, once they've got that Bitcoin bridge, I think, you know, this is going to be a big deal, and potentially see some price discovery. So those are the 5 projects that I've picked out. Do let me know what projects you would pick for this week. Really interested to know. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. With all that said, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.